Welcome to today's Explainer. Right now, we're exploring the ultimate linguistic what-if thought experiment. It's a scenario that honestly sounds like pure science fiction, yet it touches the very core of who we are as human beings. What if every single language on Earth suddenly became one single language? Let's break down exactly what that would look like.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to imagine a world completely free of language barriers. Picture stepping off a plane in Tokyo, a train in Paris, or a bus in Nairobi, and literally everyone you meet speaks your exact language. There's no fumbling with glitchy translation apps on your phone, no awkward hand gestures trying to find a bathroom, and absolutely no need for bulky phrasebooks. You can just crack a joke with a local street vendor, ask for complex directions, or have a deep, meaningful conversation with a total stranger. It sounds incredibly convenient, right? It would completely change the way we experience the globe.
Section 1. One world, one single language. Before we can fully grasp the incredible impact of a universal language, we kind of have to understand why we're so fragmented in the first place. You see, as early humans migrated across the globe, they settled in vastly different environments. Separated by deep oceans and impassable mountain ranges over centuries, these groups eventually fell out of communication. Regional isolation meant they had to adapt to unique surroundings, creating highly distinct cultures. The thousands of languages we have today basically evolved out of necessity to describe specific local landscapes, unique traditions, and completely different ways of living. So our linguistic diversity is essentially a massive, complex map of human migration and history.
Section 2. The benefits of complete connection.
If we reverse thousands of years of that fragmentation overnight, the immediate changes to our world would be absolutely staggering. The entire globe essentially opens up. International travel becomes completely frictionless, and that bleeds directly into global commerce, where multinational companies can negotiate without those costly nuances lost in translation, and scientists all over the world can seamlessly share data. Educational barriers just vanish. A brilliant lecture given in Seoul can instantly be absorbed by a student in Santiago without needing any localized dubbing. And digitally, the internet stops being so segmented. It morphs into this massive, seamlessly connected network where artificial intelligence and social media are instantly accessible and understandable to anyone.
But beyond just everyday logistics, human relationships would fundamentally shift. We'd see friendships forming without borders and zero foundational misunderstandings. Think about it. When you can speak directly to someone from a completely different background without a barrier, you understand their struggles, their joys, and their perspective on a much deeper level. It drastically reduces the friction that so often divides nations, paving the way for profound empathy and true global understanding.
Section 3. The cost to cultural identity.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the heavy trade-off we're looking at. Every massive shift comes with a price. We've talked about the hyper-efficiency of global unity, driven by easier communication, better cooperation, and simpler travel. But the dark side of this thought experiment is a catastrophic loss of diversity. If everyone speaks the exact same language, traditional languages become endangered and eventually extinct. A language isn't just a tool for exchanging data, it is the very framework of a culture. When a language dies, the totally unique worldview of that culture dies right along with it.
Just think about the ancient stories and meanings that might disappear forever. Many traditional languages have words for concepts that simply cannot be translated into a global tongue, like the Scottish word tartle, which perfectly describes that panicky hesitation when you have to introduce someone whose name you can't quite remember, or the Japanese word tsundoku, the act of buying books and just leaving them unread in a pile. They hold ancient stories and the unique history of their ancestors. Losing those languages isn't just losing vocabulary in a dictionary. It is the permanent erasure of irreplaceable human heritage that we can literally never get back.
Section 4. Will this actually ever happen?
Let's move to and see how this builds in reality. Is this extreme linguistic convergence already underway? Well, we are currently witnessing the continuous growth of a few massive global languages, often at the direct expense of smaller regional dialects. Simultaneously, AI and technology are rapidly advancing live translation. We are getting so incredibly close to having technology that translates instantly, effectively mimicking a single universal language across the internet and in real-time conversations. We are actively building the infrastructure for this exact scenario right now today.
The core takeaway is this: language connects humans emotionally, not just practically. While a single language would undeniably unite humanity practically, making business, travel, and online browsing an absolute breeze, our unique mother tongues are our deepest emotional and cultural anchors. Convergence would unite us as a species for sure, but it would fundamentally alter the rich, diverse tapestry of human existence forever.
So we are left with a pretty monumental trade-off. Is the extreme convenience of a single global language really worth the cost of losing our diverse human heritage forever? I'll leave you to ponder that. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep wondering, keep looking at the world from new perspectives, and I will catch you next time.